And live on air, doing things, stuff everywhere. That's the thing we're doing today. Cameras, big camera, no screen. That's the one. I have these things appallingly labeled. And I've done something terrible there. Okay, gone like ping, everything's pinging. And it's pinging twice. And we're live everywhere. Do you see? Live air. Because this is what we do. Because why not? I was actually just, I'm ended up just sitting here putting dumb shit into ChatGPT. That's been my afternoon so far because I'm kind of stunted right now. I don't like anything right now. Having one of those days, you know. I don't need to see a preview of me. Anyway, what was I doing? Has that stopped? Right, check. I got bored. This is just getting bored on a Monday afternoon. Okay, that's a weird thing on there. I have no idea what you're talking about in the chat, but okay. Are you a real person? Are you one of those things? What is that other thing I keep grabbing on the... Yeah, sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about there. Am I the right person? Is this the right live stream? I don't know. I asked ChatGPT to explain the SVB bank collapse in the style of Bob Ross. Okay. It mentions happy little trees, happy little clowns. We're going to talk about the collapse of the SVB bank. I think the bank is redundant there. I am live here. I am live here. I don't know. I assume that if you got a notification that I was live, that you you sort of in some way decided to receive those notifications. This is weird now. I mean, I am live. I mean, this is it. We're living it. You know. So I'm guessing who I am and what I do is of little surprise. Although I'm kind of not doing that right now. I totally understand. But this is, nevertheless where we are. It's good to see. Good to see you too. Thank you for turning up to the live. It is very much appreciated. Even though this is very much an unscheduled thing. I'm supposed to schedule a thing for tonight, to be perfectly honest. I've forgotten all about that. And it's right. So that was the thing I was supposed to do, actually. I did forget about that. So I need a live stream for tonight. And the problem with needing a live stream for tonight is that I need a topic for this week. And I haven't thought of anything yet. And I'm trying to put how I feel into some sort of live topic. God, Mike, you see, I get so many alerts when I go live. And apparently an alert that tells me I've just given Hewlett Packard £3 for ink. We'll try not to get too upset about that. Oh god, and right, see, there's me live on my phone on Facebook, which is this. You're seeing this. It's very clever, isn't it? I like to think so. Oh, it's kind of like Facebook. It's kind of like TikTok live on the phone. That's not too bad. Oh, and it's a little bit behind, but not too much. I kind of like that. I mean, I'm never gonna watch anyone live on Facebook, but you know, why the heck not? Because it's easy to do. So you know, good luck for this. Thank you. I'm just fucking around right now. To be perfectly honest. This is nothing of substance. And everyone is at work. So that's the thing. Everyone is at work. Why are you not at work? Why is if anyone is there? Why? What are you doing? You see, ChatGPT doesn't know. It's not going to work again. Let's change it. Okay, that's just it's crap. Never mind. That seems like it. I'm kind of leaning towards masking as a weekly topic because I kind of there's you've got this room on there. Oh god, my lower back is fucking killing me. By the way, that's definitely a thing because I nearly fell on the ice because I have a dog that weighs more than me. So that was the thing. So you take him out when it's snowing and icy, and I didn't go down. Like I didn't entirely fall all the way down, but it was enough to jar my lower back. And now I'm 44. That nearly kills me. This is pretty good so far. What have we got? Where are my glasses? I feel like they might be in my bag, which is not the best place. But what can you do? I should be able to sort of, hey, can I? Is that them playing? No, a little bit. I can have tiny music playing. Is that quiet? I can't hear it. I don't have a mix. It's a bit sinister that actually for this. I know something a bit more chilled out would be good. Lo-fi. There we go. Now play lo-fi. Oh, that's a bit shitty and depressing then. Oh, it's all a bit floaty floaty. Never mind. I'm leaving it on anyway. We'll see if YouTube picks up on it. This stuff's supposed to be light. I'm supposed to be able to use this on streams. And Twitch hasn't objected to it so far, but YouTube has a couple of times. So we'll see what happens. Cluster B personality disorders, which include blah, 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 blah. One common coping mechanism in cluster B personality disorders is masking. Masking refers to the practice of hiding one's true emotions, thoughts, or behaviors in order to appear more socially acceptable or to avoid negative consequences. For individuals with cluster B personality disorders, masking can be a way of protecting themselves from rejection or abandonment, or of avoiding punishment or criticism. This is correct so far. In BPD, masking can manifest as extreme efforts to avoid abandonment or rejection, which may include altering one's behavior or personality to fit in with others. Individuals with BPD may also mask their intense emotions, such as anger or sadness, in order to avoid conflict or negative reactions from others. In MPD, masking can involve presenting a false sense of self-importance, confidence, and superiority to others. Individuals with MPD may engage in grandiose behaviors or exaggerate their achievements in order to gain admiration and validation from others. My God, I'm still reading this. In HPD, masking may involve seeking attention and validation through dramatic or flamboyant behavior and presenting oneself as more desirable or attractive than one actually is, Amber Heard. In ASPD, masking may involve presenting a facade of normalcy or conformity to avoid suspicion or punishment for criminal or antisocial behavior. Yeah. Masking can be a useful coping mechanism in some situations, but it can also be harmful if it prevents individuals from receiving the help and support that they need to address their underlying mental health issues. Therapy and other forms of treatment can help individuals with cluster B personality disorders develop healthier coping strategies and improve their relationships with others. You don't involve you improve them. That makes more sense. That's pretty good, actually. I'm getting text messages. Yeah, this is what happens when I just do random shit like this. It's allowed. See, I will stop a live stream to answer text messages. This is the thing that happens here. Okay, sorry, I missed the chat there. Do you have any information for those of us who want to support friends or family with BPD? I have lots, but you need to be more specific. Generally, I need sort of like much more information. I mean, if you want to be so general, like I always joke, cash always helps. I like PlayStation, Xbox, that kind of thing. If you want to support, we need specifics. Support with what? Support doing what? What problems are they going through? What problems are you going through? All manner of things. It's such a difficult thing. But it is something I can talk about. That's fine. Absolutely fine. We can do that if you want to talk about that. But yeah, like I say, get more specific with me. That's the one. I want to support you, but I can't find any information on how to support. You don't need to support me. That's not a thing. I guess generally if you want to support somebody with any mental health problem, then the best way to do it is to learn about what it is they're going through and what they need. Watch my videos on what it's like to experience different things and go from there. Hang on. All right. Okay. So there's a specific thing that I can help with, and I would look. That's a very clear cut BPD kind of thing. And right, you're her favorite person as well, right? This is sort of textbook BPD stuff, isn't it? Your favorite person is missing you. She's paranoid that you and, I'm guessing, mutual friends are having getting together behind her back, that sort of thing. Right. Okay. You've got all that paranoia. I think to a certain extent, assuming that that's not happening, if you really are doing that, then she's not paranoid, is she? She's, that's the thing, right? But assuming you're not really doing the thing she's worried that you're doing, because again, like if you're really doing it, then all bets are off, aren't they? Really? But assuming you're not, then I feel like your responsibility as a friend ends at reassurance. That's kind of where I am with it. That it sort of, hang on, let me switch to just me. We don't need to, right. I think it ends at like reassurance. You can reassure your friend that you aren't doing these things that she thinks you're doing. What else can you do? That I can't think. There is no. You can't prove a negative, right? You can't do that. And not only that, I mean, this is the thing, and this is an important thing. If you were doing that, you're allowed to do that, right? You're allowed to have other friends and see them, and those people are allowed to not see this other friend. It's all fine. And so I feel your responsibility ends at reassurance. If she's confided in you, and you can reassure her that you're not doing the thing that she's accusing you of, then what else can you do? At that point, it is down to her. And as difficult as that is, because look, this is someone who's your friend. They care about you, you care about them. You don't want to see them in pain, but they're in pain. And this is the sort of stuff that she needs help for. But you're not her therapist. You're just her friend. And I know you want to help, but what can you do? She needs to get help from a third party, from an external source, from a therapist, from a doctor, from someone who knows what they're doing and for whom that's their job. Okay? As a friend, you're there for the hugs and the support and as much as you can help them go through a thing. But it's not your job to take them through that thing. They have to go on that journey themselves. Okay? So in terms of when she's getting worried about things, this fear of abandonment's coming out, the jealousy is coming out, that's for her to fix. And you need to have a boundary in place with regards to the behavior you're willing to accept from her. Right? Because this stuff can get a little, this stuff can escalate. This stuff is not good. If she's like pestering you all the time, calling you all the time, trying to come over, all sorts of things, having a negative impact on your life in a significant way, you need to have boundaries in place that say, this is not acceptable to me. Right? As much, you might, you adore her so much. That's great. She's your friend. But to what degree do we have to suffer in our own lives to help her, to support this sort of thing? And that is a decision you need to make for you. There's no right or wrong answer for that. There's, that is for you to decide. But I recommend that you have a boundary in place that says, I will not accept behavior over this boundary, at which point I have to pull away from you. And be clear about this. Be open and honest about this, because it's unfair to say to somebody, well, I have a boundary and you crossed it. You didn't know I had this boundary and that you crossed it, but I have now, and now we can't be friends. You have to be clear and say, this is the line of acceptable behavior for me. Good question. Who should be the one to tell her she needs to possibly get therapy? She would be heartbroken. That's the kind of thing you do in a careful conversation. And don't just say you need to get therapy, because that's just fucking harsh. Right? This is about helping. If she doesn't already know she needs help, Right, this is a tricky area. Because I'm going into this assuming that your friend knows your friend has BPD. Right? You can't diagnose someone based on their behavior. No more than I can. I can't decide that your friend's got BPD. And even if this favorite person stuff and the fear of abandonment stuff is presenting in her, that in itself is not a qualification of having BPD. So we're not diagnosing third parties here. That's the important thing, right? But if she thinks she has a problem, then I think having a friendly conversation, like along the lines of, don't you think it would be good to try and get help? Like, if your friend thinks she has OCD, okay, you can get help for OCD. Because you can explain that, look, this is having a negative impact on your life, this problem that you feel. So we don't know if your friend has BPD or OCD or BPD traits or is depressed. We don't know this, right? We're not qualified to decide that, and we don't know enough of her behavior in criteria to decide that. But what we do know is that your friend clearly has... It is clearly in a situation mentally that is negatively impacting her life and the lives of her friends and her relationships. You know that is. And it doesn't matter what that is or what's causing that. What your friend needs to do is speak to a medical professional, speak to a doctor, speak to a counselor, speak to a therapist, speak to somebody about what she's feeling and what she's going through, because it doesn't matter if she's got BPD. It doesn't matter if she has 4 out of the 5 necessary traits or all 9 or whatever. She's in pain. She's going through some stuff that is hurting her life one way or another, and that's unnecessary. So really what you're trying to get her to do is coax her into getting help for something there. Right? That's got to be the goal with this. And I for me, it kind of all came to a head because I had so many things that were so obviously wrong, right? It was so clear that there were things wrong with me that I needed to get fixed. So I went and tried to get those things fixed. I didn't know about BPD at the time. I wasn't trying to put a name on it, but there was something wrong, so I went and got help for that. And that's what people have to do. Excuse me. I just thought, sod it, let's go live on TikTok. You're very welcome. I hope that advice is of help. Go live on TikTok as well. Because I want to. As Doctor Who's assistant once said. So that was it. That was the advice. I think that was pretty good. I might cut that and make a clip out of that or something. Because that was actually useful and a good question. So thank you for asking. That was a good one. So moving on, I'm kind of thinking of talking more about masking this week. I think it is a good topic. No, stop. I didn't mean to do that. Let me bring you up. There we go. So I was, in other news, I'm still playing with ChatGPT. Basically. BPD and MPD awareness. So I'm just wondering, because I'm a bit Bit bored. Hey Ben, how you doing on TikTok? How's your Monday going? Sort of live everywhere today. Just sort of killing time while I think of something proper to do. Oh, and I still haven't done right. You know what we need to do is tonight's live stream. We need to get that set up because people need to know that it's happening. You're recovering from a concussion, Ben. How did you... Right, I assume you're doing all right because you're saying recovering. Everyone on YouTube and Twitch, I'm talking to Ben on TikTok right now. I assume you're all right because you're recovering. How have you managed a concussion? Please don't say anything really dark and screwed up. Ideally, if it could be a funny and amusing story, that would be most appreciated. I'm really worried now, Ben. I'm really scared. You fainted and banged your head on the way down. Okay, not necessarily funny and amusing, but okay, that could have been far more tragic. I'm relieved now, and I'm sorry that happened. You'll be okay though. That is good. Okay, another person asking. I'm in an episode at the moment. Any tips? What do you mean, like a rage thing? Because what I would advise is go home and go quiet. Do nothing. Speak to no one, communicate with no one, don't fuss with stuff. All right, depressive episode, different thing. Then the opposite then. Don't isolate, don't stay in and isolate yourself necessarily, right? In a depressive episode, I would go into a self-care routine. That's what I would go for. Something like that's the blanket on the sofa, nice food, watch what you want on TV, have a bath, have a shower, get some sleep kind of situation. If you need company, get some company. I think as well. I know sometimes when you're feeling down, it's good to sort of just sit on your own and be quiet for a bit. And I totally get that. And I do that as well. And it's a relief sometimes when you do that. Especially if you're sort of socially worn out a bit. But it can go on too far. It can go on too long. You can do too much of that. And so what I would do is, keep an eye on yourself. Make sure you're not just hiding away from the world forever. And make sure that, also, I have no friends and my body isn't letting me do anything. Okay. Do you have any family? Do you have anyone you can talk to? What are the numbers in your phone, I know it can be difficult. I know it can suck. And it's another thing you have to move through. It's another thing you have to get through, right? Because clearly you don't like where you are. Sorry, I'm working other things as well at the same time. I'm going to move you around a bit. I'm worried that I've got a cough and therefore have lung cancer, by the way. So that's the thing today. So oh, and Leanne seems to have a similar problem here on TikTok as well. Okay, right. You guys want to come over to Twitch? Never mind. It's all right. We'll keep going like this. How's YouTube going? It's still there. Okay. Oh, I appear to be very low quality. Which is not what should be happening. Oh, I'll do. For now. It's probably a weed-related cough, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm paranoid about my health massively now since getting over the period where I was definitely not worried about my health. Right. Depressive episodes. Right. And let's tackle a couple of other things while we're here, right? Let's tackle this no friends stuff. All of this. Right? There's a whole lot of not acceptable situation going on here. Right? None of this is clearly how you wish to exist and live your life and be. So we need to do something about this. Right? We need to get you to a point where you've got some friends. Because I think you'd like some. I think you would. I think you'd like some friends you can call and hang out with and all this stuff. I think you'd like some people who care about you and who you care about. And I think you'd like some stuff to do with those people. Right? But right now you feel like crap. And you're not really feeling all this stuff, right? So I think first step, we need to get, you need to feel better, right? That's the first thing that needs to happen. And that's where you, as I said, you go into that self-care routine, right? That whole stuff you do that helps you to feel better, that makes you feel better and safe and happy and all of those things. Because a depressive episode is an episode. Right? You're calling it that. You know this is going to pass. You know this is going away. Right? It came quickly and it's going away quickly. It just hasn't yet. And so you just need to hold on until it does. Right? You've done it before. You're going to do it again. You're doing it now. You just need to hold on until it's time to feel better. And you know all the things you can do that will expedite that moving through that episode. Because they'll be unique to you. Some of them we'll share. You know, I'm a big fan. I think you need to be clean. I think you need to be showered and washed and clean and wearing clean clothes. And I think that the environment that you're in needs to be clean. Right? I don't think anyone can get better or feel less depressed sitting among shit and being stinky and all of that. I think you need those things. And I think you need to eat. And I don't at this point care what either. I'm not going to sit and guilt anyone into not eating a healthy, balanced diet right now. Right? Eating anything is good. And rest and sleep. Right? Because you just need to get out of this episode and then you're going to move on and do something about these depressive episodes. Right? Then you need to start working on you. And this is longer term stuff though, right? This is harder. But it's doable. You can do it. Where you start looking at when you're in a good place, when you're in a safer, happier, more comfortable place, you start looking at stuff that is good for you to do. Stuff you like to do. Pick a thing that you're going to try. And maybe if you've got nothing, if you sat there thinking, I don't like anything, then okay, I don't care then. Pick something new. Pick something you've not done. You know. And try it. Try doing stuff. Try just doing stuff. Right? I found a band to play with. That was a thing. I found a band to play with. I started talking to more other people on YouTube and stuff like that. You know, I started doing other things as well. And now I have more friends. And now I do more stuff. And I don't get really these depressive episodes. I still get down from time to time, you know, things still get difficult. But I don't suffer alone. I don't suffer in silence. I don't suffer without support. And I don't suffer for long when it happens. You know? That's a thing. You know, and as you say there in the chat on TikTok, I'm on my meds for depression, but there's not a cure for BPD, so it's just shit. Yeah, well, it's not really the case, actually. You know, there is absolutely help for BPD. I've had it. I feel significantly better. Is it all totally gone away forever? No. But it's very quiet. It's what I would describe as being in remission. And it's so much better like that. So you can do it. It's doable. It's totally doable. It's totally a thing. You're getting DBT therapy. See, that's awesome. That will help you. That will help you, and that sort of thing, you know. There are lots of other things to try if it doesn't, if it becomes difficult, if it becomes, you know, a struggle, if it's not for you, if it's not the thing you want to. There are lots of other things, so there is help to be had. You just need to find it and get on and do it. But you can do it. You can do it. Oh. Is it 4:30? Why do I have a 4 o'clock alarm set on my watch? Why do I have a 4 p.m. alarm set on my watch? Oh, 4 p.m. is Paisley dinner time. He's not here though, so I can't give him his dinner. But I'm going to not worry about the fact that it's 4 o'clock and I don't know if he's had his dinner yet or not. I do know he will have been begging his mother for his dinner for the last 25 minutes, to be perfectly honest. Maybe he got his dinner early. Who knows? Live stream tonight is going to be at 9 o'clock. Or shall I go even earlier? Should we go for 8:30? Let's go for 8:30. That's going to be a thing. Hang on, I have a live thumbnail. I'm just setting up tonight's live stream. I've reached a point with the live streams where I was kind of doing them to try and please both American and UK audiences, and I've ended up pleasing neither. So I'm not gonna do them like that anymore. I'm just gonna go earlier. So that's what's gonna happen. And so tonight's live stream is a UK-based live stream, which will be on YouTube and TikTok, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and what's the other one? Twitch, but probably not here on TikTok, or maybe, but it will be bad sound like this. Although you guys are so very chatty and in greater numbers. Hang on, let me scroll back through. Okay. Is BPD borderline personality disorder or bipolar? It's borderline personality disorder. Bipolar is just bipolar. Your partner is going on a depressive episode right now. He's splitting on me. Talk to him. Talk to them. It's... He might well need your support. He might want space. He might want you close. He might want... I don't know. The only person that knows is him. So ask him. That's the best thing to do. The key to all of this in relationships is communication, right? It's all about being able to be honest with feelings, being able to talk about what's going on. All that stuff is important to do. And you need the right environment to do that in. He's been communicating about it. That's great. How do you get diagnosed with BPD? You talk to your doctor. Also, see my latest TikTok video about how you don't need to be diagnosed with BPD. It has a dog in it. It's a great video. Has everybody there, you people on YouTube and Twitch, have you seen my new video on TikTok? It was too long for a YouTube short, so it doesn't exist as a YouTube short. Because I hate YouTube shorts. They're such a pain, right? Because TikTok wants me to go well over a minute, and YouTube shorts wants me to stay under a minute. And I can't do stuff and then put it down. You know? It's such a fucking pain. So yeah. Anyway, kind of lost track of what I was talking. I'm fiddling with stuff while I'm talking to you. This is the problem. I'm editing website. I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm a very multitasking-y person. Why do you not need to be diagnosed with BPD? Well, why do you need to be diagnosed with BPD? Like, why? That's ultimately the question I have, because everyone comes and asks, how do I get diagnosed with BPD? And no one can tell me why. It's just not a thing. You know, the idea is that you don't need to be diagnosed with to get DBT. Do you need see, we don't need that as a thing. Mike Hunt got diagnosed with BPD. I don't know who Mike Hunt is. Yeah, look, you don't... So, look, we have these problems that we have. And in order to get help for them, you don't need to decide what it is ahead of time, right? You don't need to go to your doctor and say, I've got BPD, I need treatment for BPD. Because what if you don't even have BPD, right? What if you have 4 out of 5 markers? Do you have to live the rest of your life suffering those 4 markers because you've not got BPD and you can't have treatment? And so it's one of the, you don't need help. You need help, sorry. You don't need a diagnosis to get help. And so people get caught up in this diagnosis. And also, we are full of self-fulfilling prophecies, right? We decide what we've got wrong with us. We're very prone to it as a species. And so if your therapists hate to diagnose, they hate to tell you things like you've got BPD, because then you will find a way to have all of those markers and all of those things wrong with you. And so they are very reluctant to diagnose. Extremely so. Hi Ray on YouTube, how you doing? Or is it Tuesday morning for you already? No, why did I just assume you were in Australia or something like that? What was that about? It's only 2 in the afternoon here. 4 in the afternoon. Oh, my day's gone away to nothing. You're saying you're just getting up, aren't you? Oh, no, you're in Illinois. Because it's... I'm having one of those thick moments. You know, sorry. One of those days. One of those days. Anyway. Ignore all that. Oh, I've been able to update my Streamlabs page. Oh, this is good. I will do something with this then. Now I can do that. That's handy. Yeah, do you know what, Ray? You still got up earlier in the day than I did. So try not to feel too bad about that, okay? No driving lesson tomorrow for Ben. Don't worry, you'll be driving soon enough and you get the freedom that comes with trying to borrow a parent's car. Yeah, seriously, Ray, I have had like... Oh, I went to bed at like 5 something. I don't do well with bedtimes, and I'm really not doing well with bedtime at the moment. It's just become one of those things. I don't know. I get out of sync, and then I'm just screwed up for ages. Have I tried melatonin? I need to try melatonin. This is something I've thought about in the past. I definitely need to do that. Well, I think I need to do that. I still think it's an ADHD related thing. I think I need Ritalin or something like that, to be perfectly honest. I think that's what I need. But I have wondered, do I have that? Because it's a disorder, isn't it? It is a sleep disorder of not being able to go to bed. And I've encountered other people who've, you know, talked about similar problems that I've got and how they've had melatonin and it's just sorted them right out. But so Ben, I stole the car twice the other day. I think it might have been something to do. We all stole the car from time to time, Ben. Don't worry too much. Also, automatics are becoming increasingly a thing. Right, I've driven automatics now. And I have to say, I really hate changing gear like an animal. I really, really hate it now. I want an automatic. Do you have melatonin with the ADHD? But I don't officially have ADHD either, which is difficult because I think that in order to get sort of any form of diagnosis of that and any medication for that right now might just be a really difficult thing to do. Hi BPD Rave, how you doing? Oh, I'm getting to the morning in Illinois, into the East Coast, aren't we? That's the thing. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. You're catching me on the tail end of an impromptu live stream, but we've been going for about an hour. We'll keep going though, don't worry. And live on so many places. If you Twitch people could come over, if the TikTok people could come to Twitch or YouTube, that would make life easier. I need to figure a way out to do this, don't I? Do you know, I could do an audio input into the phone. That could be a thing. I might just do that. Is melatonin over the counter here too? Buy melatonin UK. Let's see. Well, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Melatonin. Oh, I think I can. All right. Well, I can definitely order some online. So one would assume I can. That I can just go to a chemist and get some. Alright, hang on. You can safely buy melatonin supplements at UK Meds, but you will first need to have an online... That's a badly worded sentence. An online consultation with a pharmacist, independent prescriber before you order. Before your order will be spread, the online consultation will ensure that security is the right medication for your medical condition. So I guess that's actually needing to see a doctor technically. It's just this website is doing it themselves. Phenagran. Oh, now Phenagran. Yeah, now that was a medication. It's an allergy medication. I've had that. Isn't it? Yeah, it's an antihistamine. But it's just massively drowsy. Right, so it's, yeah, massively drowsy stuff, and I really don't like it. I have tried it before, years ago. It became a thing. And right, couple of issues with it. First of all, I started to, I think, become somewhat reliant on Phenergan to sleep with. And on top of that, I didn't sleep well. Okay, I didn't sleep throughout the night. I didn't sleep well. I didn't get restful sleep. I always woke up halfway through the night with restless legs and that sort of thing. It wasn't a fun thing. My problem isn't about going to sleep. Okay, that's not my problem. My problem is going to bed more than anything. I can sleep, I just don't go to bed. And that makes it much more a sort of ADHD, mental healthy kind of thing. There's something keeping me up, whatever it is. You know, it's not really a question of needing to feel drowsy. It's like I just won't go to bed. Which, it seems fucking ridiculous to complain about, right? Go to bed. There, solved your problem, right? Just go. Do you know where your bed is? Can you walk? Do the math there and go to bed. How is this a problem? I get that. That's what pushes me towards all the ADHD stuff. There is some sort of executive dysfunction. There is something preventing that bedtime. There is something stopping me from going to bed. I'm not afraid of going to bed. I'm not, there's not some sort of BPD related issue as such that I can, 3 years of therapy and I don't sleep any better. It didn't touch this stuff. Which leaves me believing that this is nothing to do with BPD or whatever. This is something else. There's always felt like there's a third component to what's been going wrong, and this bedtime shit is part of whatever that is. And that is probably ADHD. That's what I think, And yeah, go to bed, set a time. No, doesn't. Of course I would. Yeah, of course. Let's go to bed at midnight. And that midnight comes around and you think, nah. Let's make it 1. Let's make it 1. It's fine. And then 1 comes around. Oh, I'm still watching this movie. Let's make it half 1. I don't want to make it half 1. We'll make it 2. We'll just add it because this film's not, whatever. And then you can't quite go to bed because I did just eat something while I had that. And then it's 3. And then, and it goes on and on. And that's what it is. There's always another thing to do. There's always another thing to think about or to distract me or whatever. It's not kicking up a tantrum if I don't want to go to bed. And it's not that I don't think I'll sleep when I'm there. I can't... Do you know, the last time I struggled to get to sleep? I can't really remember. I sleep better now than I ever have in my life. Right? Once I'm in bed, I go to sleep. I have really learned how to go to sleep. As weird as that sounds, because that was another thing for me as well. But I've learned that. But going to bed, no. Awful at it. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Hi Emily on TikTok. Sorry, missed your thing there. So there's all these tricks, all these tips, all these things you can do. And none of them have worked for me ever. But I see it as an ADHD thing. And look, there is so much stuff on the internet about ADHD. So much content like my content. And it's a huge epidemic of it at the moment. Much with all the mental health stuff. I think there's a lot of narc stuff around. There's a lot of borderline stuff around. I need to do more narc stuff, by the way. I'm kind of missing that. It's feeling neglected. And I think, people are overdiagnosing themselves. Much with the thing that I'm talking about with the BPD diagnosis. If you don't need one, you just, you need to get help for what's wrong. You don't need that diagnosis. And people are self-diagnosing. And I think they're doing that a lot with ADHD at the moment. They're getting fed a lot of ADHD content by TikTok. They're getting a lot of shoddy content fed by TikTok. And they're then going on and making their own further shoddy content and spreading this shit around. And so I don't want to be going to my doctor now and saying, I think I've got ADHD. I'm hoping that because I've been through hang on, I've just been Emily, you say if you think you have ADHD, drink coffee before you want to go to bed. Caffeine, not decaf. What really? Why? Because that is on the face of it counterproductive, right? Like, do I really want to drink caffeine to go to bed with? It's famous for the opposite, of course. That's kind of the point. So I don't know. Stimulants do the opposite with people with ADHD. They make them calm and tired. Ah. Interesting. Interesting. But then, maybe I don't have... But does caffeine make me calm and tired, though? Because then that feels like a simple test for ADHD now. Doesn't it? Like, have a load of coffee and see how you feel. And I'm someone who famously drinks a lot of coffee to wake up with. Is the fact that I need to drink a lot of coffee to wake up with part of it? I don't know. I've never felt particularly stimulated by caffeine, to be perfectly honest. However, Pepsi will keep me up for 24 hours straight, but maybe that's a totally separate thing. Could be it calms me down. Maybe I should just pop out to... I should pop out to Starbucks. There's really... I need something in a depth charge size with some extra shots of... I go and spend £8 on a coffee. I could go and do that now, couldn't I? Oh, a huge, enormous thing. I should go and get a huge, ginormous thing. That's what she said. My hair's weird and fluffy today. I'm on the verge of needing another haircut. It's starting to go. I like it right now. I washed it and didn't put anything in it. But it's fluffy. And I think I'm conditioned. I don't need to condition this hair. I feel like I should go to Starbucks and order a ginormous pint of coffee. It's only $4.25. That would be an interesting little TikTok. We'll go on an adventure. I'll neck the coffee. And then, it's only... There is a Starbucks like 10 minutes away. Like, seriously, it's 10 minutes away. I could just go and get a Starbucks. It's a drive-through as well. I don't need to get out of the car. That's... Oh. Go get it. Go get the coffee. Drink the coffee. See how you feel. Okay, well, I'll go and get a coffee, see how I feel. Let's go take us with... take us with... Right, I can't take everybody with me. I have TikTok people, I have YouTube people, I have all these people. I can't take everyone with me. I'm gonna have to come back after going. I can live stream on my phone to multiple things, but we're not doing that. You're not coming with. I will go in a bit, but I am going to end this because we've been going for, we've pumped the hour mark. And I will catch up with you later. I have more videos to produce between now and 8:30 when the other live stream starts. So there will be a live stream tonight on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Twitter. TikTok people, I don't know yet. But just go to, you've got YouTube for God's sake. Go to there. 8:30 UK time. And I'm going to have a giant coffee. I'm going to go and get a giant coffee right now. And later we'll talk about masking. And we'll talk more about narcissism and other things as well. It will be awesome and wonderful. I will see you all at 8:30 tonight, which is in about 4 hours. Okay? You have 4 hours. We all have 4 hours. And then we'll be back here. I need to eat as well. I haven't eaten. What do you want from me? Anyway, right, so I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to these guys. I might have overfaced myself with cameras. This could be a thing. Maybe I should try and... Oh, hang on. Right, someone's... Hang on. I'm behind on chat. Ray says, and answer my last question, please. Can you do more MPD stuff? Yes, I can absolutely do more I had no intention of not doing MPD stuff ever. There is so MPD going on here, I have to talk about it. Thank you very much for that, Ray. I believe my lights will change color any second now. I don't know how visible it will be. Right now it's blue. I think the thing takes a minute to do it. I'm not just going to stare at the light until it does. I've got the window. I've got the blinds open as well, so you can't really see the coloured light in here right now. And God knows how long it's going to take. I can't just stare at this thing in case it goes purple. Anyway, so we'll see how the coffee goes. I will let you all know, and all that sort of thing. So you guys take care.